Good morning, Brooklyn class, and welcome to Homeschool with Carly, where I share daily videos for you to follow along or just watch. And don't forget to hit subscribe below so you can get notified every time I create a new video. So today we are going to do something really fun, something that is going to make your eyes go crazy, and I really mean that. So for this experiment, you're going to need a couple of supplies. First, you're going to want to take a piece of cardboard and draw two arrows pointing in the same direction, okay? Next, you're going to want a glass of water, all right? And you're going to place that glass of water in front of you. Next, we're going to talk about light refraction. So you all might know light refraction as when you stick something in water and it looks bigger than it actually is. So when I take this regular old plain straw and stick it inside the water, right, the straw actually looks bigger in the water than it actually is out of the water. And that is because the water magnifies the straw, and light travels in a straight line. But when light has to travel through different types of materials, light actually bends. So this becomes really cool when you add in these arrows, which I will show you. So let's take the straw out of the water. So as you can see, I have a cardboard with two arrows drawn the same direction. Now, as we just learned, anything that goes in the water gets magnified, right? So when I put these arrows directly behind the cup, we can see that the arrow that's in the water is huge, right, as it passes through. And that is because of magnification of light passing through the water. But what if I take these same arrows and I hold them a little bit further back, right? So I'm going to hold it back far enough that one arrow is going to be towards the water and one will be above the water. Let's see what actually happens. One arrow, the arrow that's going through the water, is completely turned the other direction. Take a look at this arrow right here. The arrow on the bottom is facing the opposite direction as the arrow that's on the top. But notice they're facing the same direction towards me. But then the bottom arrow that's in the water is changing direction. It's like a magic trick. This week has been filled with magic. But it's actually not magic. What's really happening is that water is magnifying, right? We learned that when you hold up something to the water, whether it be a straw in the water or directly behind the glass, it gets magnified. However, one thing we also learned is that light travels in a straight line. But when light has to travel through the air, through the water, through the glass, right, it gets really bent, okay? So the more substance that light has to travel through, the further it has to travel, the more it changes things. So, as you can see, the arrow is facing the wrong direction. And if you notice, I'm holding this cardboard very far from the glass. So the further you hold something from the water, the further that the light has to travel, the more it refracts the items behind it. So this arrow got refracted so far that it was twisted in the opposite direction. And that is because of resistance, because light has to travel through the glass, then through the water, then back through the glass, then through the air, right? And because I was holding the arrow so far back, this light had to take a crazy bend just to show this, right? And what's really cool about this is our eyes do the same thing. Did you know that when you look at something in your head, in your eye, in the back of your eye, your retina's job is to turn things right side up. So actually, your eye, in the back of your eye, you have a retina, and the retina sees me upside down. But then The light has to travel through the retina, through the eye, out through the air, and it twists me upside down so I look right side up. Isn't that amazing? Science is awesome. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!